Hi everybody, welcome to AquaDream, and today I have a new project. Today I have a new build of this filterless huge ball aquarium. This aquarium is almost 50 centimeters, 48 centimeters in diameter and 32 centimeters high. It is about 60 liters in volume, and today's light I'm going to use, that is the light I'm going to use today, and this light is 35 watt, and if you divide that 35 watt by the volume of this tank, which is 60 liters, you will get 0.5 watt per liter, which is just enough for the low-tech filterless tank. Right. So this is the beauty giant ball beast today I'm going to build, and this is a custom aquarium, so this is not for my collection but for the customer. And yeah, so the customer wanted it to be in natural style with many plants, and of course I always use a big mass of plants for all my tanks, especially for filterless aquariums. It is very important to use a big mass of plants for your low-tech tank, so the plants can filter your tank and be the filter together with bacteria. This is the piece of wood I'm going to use today. It's very beautiful. So I cut it at the top here because it was too long. I don't want it to be too long and too much going out of the tank, so I cut it, and these two cuttings I'm actually going to use as well. So I'm going to place that piece, and these cuttings will be glued behind, and I'm going to create some extra roots with these cuttings, so I'm not going to waste them. I'm not going to just throw them. I'm going to use everything. All right, that's the wood. And as always, for all my low-tech tanks, for all my filterless tanks, I'm going to use the base for the substrate and for the bacteria base for our biological filtration for the beneficial bacteria colonies. Today I have the ceramics, a fine ceramics like this, and I might not have enough of it, so if I don't have enough, I'm going to also use that lava rock, and not as small as I usually use, but this lava rock I had for a very long time and I haven't used it. So today I don't have enough ceramics, so I want to use that one as the first layer, and the ceramics will be the second layer for our bacteria colonies. And bacteria loves lava rock. You can use lava rock, you can use the fine ceramics, you can use river pebbles. River pebbles are also a great base for the bacteria colonies. You can also use expanded clay. Expanded clay you can buy in the flower market, that also works. I used all of that different base for all my tanks, and they all work very well, so you can use any of them. After the base for our bacteria colonies, I'm going to use the nutritious substrate for the plant growth. This is also a very important part, and I usually do a mix of the nutritious substrate. I'm going to use this locally produced by local brands clay-based substrate like this. I'm going to apply a thin layer of vermicast. This vermicast is in granules like this, but I also used vermicast like this. This is the organic substrate, organic soil for the plant growth, and it is very well working for the plant growth. I always use it as the additional nutritious extra substrate, extra soil for the plant. I also have a little bit of coconut coir. I recently started using it, experimenting with that, and actually it also provides a little bit of carbon over time for the plants. It also a good substrate for the bacteria colonies as well, and it also helps to stabilize pH as well. And everything, all of these thin layers about 0.5 or 1 centimeter each. I'm going to cover with just a regular soil, aquarium soil at the top like this. And I'm also going to use some sand, but only 3 centimeters of sand to cover everything at the top. All right, that's all, guys. We are ready. I just cleaned the aquarium. The glass is very clean from inside and from outside. The tank is ready, the light is ready. And you can see that the spectrum of light is also important. The right color light, you have to pick the right spectrum, and you can see it should be just white natural color light, similar to the sunlight. So around 6.5 or 7000 Kelvin. That's the color of light that you have to pick. Do not use pink light, do not use green light, purple light. All of these spectrums are not right spectrums for the plant growth. Alright guys, let's get started. And I'm going to first apply our base layer for the bacteria. I'm going to start with the lava rock. A little bit of lava rock right at the bottom. Now I can use all of the ceramics I have. I'm going to apply it like this, because this tank is big. So the total thickness of your substrate, including that base, nutritious substrate, and sand, if you use sand, should be at least 5 to 7 centimeters. Because some of the types of bacteria, like denitrifying bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, lives in the deep substrate in the areas with no oxygen or with lack of oxygen. So this type of bacteria that is actually your filter as well, also active when in the areas with no oxygen. And that area with no oxygen is a deep substrate. All right, I think that's enough. Or maybe shall we add some more? Let's use everything. No point for me to leave. I'm going to make it a little bit higher at the back. And let me turn the camera. I'm going to place the camera. I'm going to place it straight. Okay, so you can better see. Yeah. Right? Good. So, all right. So the base is ready. Now let's apply the nutritious substrate. And once I have all the substrates, I'm going to place the wood. Okay. So let's apply the first layer of this clay-based substrate. This clay-based substrate is very rich on nutrients, also iron, all the micronutrients. A thin layer of this substrate. Next, I'm going to apply a thin layer of organic substrate of vermicast. Vermicast you can buy in the flower market. I also use this mixed substrate, not just aquarium soil, because it's also a budget. You don't have to use a lot of aquarium soil because it is quite costly. So you can use a little bit of organic soil and aquarium soil to save your budget. Organic soils are not very expensive. So a little bit of vermicast in granules like I have this time. Let's use a little bit of coconut coir. The beneficial bacteria also loves coconut coir. And that will be enough. And everything I'm going to cover with regular aquarium soil. I'm going to get the bag. You can use any aquarium soil. I use any brand I can find. I don't use very expensive ones. I usually use affordable, not too expensive. And let's cover all of that with aquarium soil. By the way, this light you can find also in my stores. The link is in the bio. You can go to my stores and find this light if you want to order it from AliExpress, but you have to order separately the bulb and the stand, the stick. I think it's enough. No need more. and I'm going to place our wood. The wood will be in the center like this. I'm going to slightly push it into the substrate like that, and let's place these cuttings now. I'm going to place it, trying to recreate the roots like this, or maybe it's too long, something, yeah, like that, because the customer wanted to ask me to use a lot of wood. He likes wood, so let's use all of that. Nice, kind of extra roots looking from behind, and of course I'm going to glue them together. Let's just hide a little bit more of this piece so you can't really see it. Yeah, like that. Yes, nice. Okay. Right. Now let's glue it now. I'm going to get the glue because we also need some time for it to dry up. Now, to make the glue to dry up faster and also to cover that glue spots where we glue it so we don't see it, I'm going to use a little bit of sand. I'm going to apply a little bit of sand on that spot. But before that, let's place some rocks. Also, the customer wanted to use black lava rocks, which I'm going to place. Actually, I'm going to place it after the sand. So let's first apply some sand. So I have two different types of sand, natural sand, but two different types. One is fine sand, golden natural sand like this, and one is like this. It's bigger. So I'm going to mix them up together because I have a little bit of each. I'm going to mix them and apply for this time because I don't think I have enough of one side. Actually, mixing a fine one with the bigger one will create this natural look. Let's try. It's a little bit wet, but that's fine. Starting from the front, so our soil doesn't move while we're applying. I like to mix sands. Look, it created a very natural, actually, look. Do not use too thick layer of sand, only 3-4 centimeters, no more, because you might experience some hydrogen sulfide, a toxic gas that will be created in the first 2 weeks in the substrate by a bad bacteria, and that thick layer of sand will keep that gas inside the substrate, which is not good. We need that toxic gas to go away into the atmosphere, so try not to apply too much. Oops. Guys, I think it's enough with the sand. Let's make it look nice using our brush. Actually, I already covered the glue while applying the sand. Nice. Now it's time for rocks. I like black lava rock, so that's good that the client has chosen the black lava rock. I also like it because black lava rock is easy to choose the right rocks, and it's also a beneficial rock for the biosystem, for the ecosystem, because lava rock, the bacteria loves lava rock, so it will be also beneficial. Bacteria can make home in these rocks. Let me take them. So I'm not going to use too much rocks, just small ones. Only the pieces I have left. So let's place one somewhere here, like this. One rock is here. See, black lava rock is amazing. It has a very nice shapes. You just put them and they already look nice. Also, the glass of these ball aquariums will magnify everything. So now it looks like this, but when I fill up the tank with water, everything will look much bigger. So that's why I'm only going to use small rocks so they don't look too big. There's one rock here. I'm not going to place any rocks here. I want to keep this space only with the plants. So the rocks will be only from the left and right. Now I'm going to use the same glue and glue all the rocks together and with the wood. So the wood stays stable and the whole hardscape is also stable. Actually, it is nice to go live when I build an aquarium. You know why? Because I do everything much faster, which is good. I can finish earlier today and go home and rest. But before that, I need to finish everything and I will send pictures and video to my customer, and then I can go home and take rest. If I don't do live video, I would take breaks, I would just be much slower, but with you guys, I cannot stop. I need to do action so you don't get bored and you follow the process non-stop. Let's glue the rocks here together. Now let's use a little bit of sand and apply some sand on the glue so it will dry up faster. Also make it stronger. We need the hardscape to be strong, to not move, especially because I'm going to move that tank to a customer, so everything should be stable and not destroyed while I'm transporting it. Good. Wow. I think it looks very nice. No need rocks anymore. The wood is ready. The rocks are there. Now let's apply some decorations. I'm going to take some pebbles of different size and apply some pebbles around the rocks, which will create a very natural look. I'm going to start with a very fine pebbles. Now I'm going to take some bigger pebbles and just a little bit of the biggest ones. Just a little. That's enough. Nice. I like it. Every time I create the hardscape, I don't want to use plants. I already like it without plants and I would like to keep it like that. But plants are important, especially for the filterless tank. So we have to use plants for the health of this tank. I think everything dried up. I'm going to get another glue. I'm going to use the glue like a liquid glue, a liquid super glue, to apply a little bit more, because that liquid glue is drying much faster. Let's apply a little bit more sand. I don't want this glue to be seen because it might be seen as like white color spots. I don't want to see that. Of course, there will be a lot of plants and they will cover it. But anyways, alright, done. Time for planting, guys. I just got plants today. I did not prepare them before building that tank. So I'm going to do it now. And it will take some time to do. I'm going to show you how I clean the plants so you don't have to wait. You can see everything. So for the plants today, I'm going to use that Nana Vallisneria. It's a great low-tech plant, does not need CO2 injection, grows very fast, a very nice beneficial plant for low-tech tanks and for filterless tanks. I'm going to use that one. Next plant for today is Helanthium Tenellum grass, my favorite. I'm going to turn off on the light like this. Also a great plant, doesn't need a CO2 injection, grows very fast, spreading very fast. After 5 days it's already start growing and pretty fast. also very beneficial plant. Also, as always, I'm going to use some Cryptocoryne. This is Cryptocoryne wendtii. Cryptocoryne is a very beneficial plant, a root feeder plant. It is very beneficial to use any Cryptocoryne species for your tank, especially for low-tech tank, for filterless tank, because it has a very strong root system and very long roots, and they all grow through the deep substrate, which is beneficial for the substrate bacteria that lives in the substrate, the aerobic bacteria that needs oxygen to survive. And by rooting the substrate, these plants oxygenate the substrate, which creates a healthy environment for the bacteria. Also, I haven't used this type of Anubias for a very long time. I really like this one with the longer leaves. I don't remember exactly the name of that species of Anubias, but as all Anubias species, very easy, hardy plant, also good for low-tech tanks. So this species is very nice. It has, same species has one with bigger leaves type, with big leaves, but this one is a mini type. So because our tank is not too big, I'm going to use that mini. Next, as always, Anubias nana petite, also one of the best plants for low-tech tanks. Doesn't require the CO2 injection, grows even better with no CO2. Actually, I like its look in my low-tech tanks more than how it looks in my high-tech tanks. And especially it grows so well in its immersed form, out of water, with the roots in water, but growing out on the piece of wood. I have some examples where it grows so beautifully by taking CO2 from the atmosphere. Next, some mini Java ferns, also a good low-tech plant. I'm going to apply it on a piece of wood, somewhere behind like this, to make our wood look alive. Also, I usually use this type of Cryptocoryne as well. This one is a beckettii Cryptocoryne. It's in its immersed form at the moment. It's looking like this with green leaves, and this is actually a different color and shape of the leaves. When it becomes submerged, it will change to red color and the leaves will be shorter in low-tech tank, but it grows differently in high-tech tanks. Actually, in my high-tech tank, it grows much longer and bigger, much bigger, which I don't really like. I really like this look of this Cryptocoryne in low-tech tanks. It grows better in low-tech tanks. Next plant I'm going to use today is, I usually also use Cryptocoryne, also a good hardy low-tech plant, doesn't need CO2 injection as well, but grows shorter and smaller with no CO2. And the last plant for today's tank is 2 bushes of small species of Bucephalandra, like this. I tried to pick as small as possible because everything will be magnified in this tank, so I have to use everything very small. Now the longest part is to prepare all of these plants for the planting, because all of them are sold in this kind of material, which I have to clean up now and clean all the roots and cut the roots for Cryptocoryne, because Cryptocoryne has a very strong long roots and I want to boost its growth. And to plant it easily, I'm going to cut a half of its roots. I'm going to use another tray, smaller tray, to clean them. I have some snails here. I'm going to put the snails on the tray. And now I'm going to get tweezers and clean up all the plants. I know it's boring, guys. Don't get bored. I need some time to prepare plants. I could do it before going live today, but everything happened quick. I didn't have time to clean it before. So, see, these are the Cryptocoryne roots, a very nice root system. But to plant it easily and to boost its growth, I'm going to cut the roots. So cut it half like this. Yeah. And this one is ready. Everything is ready. So before planting, I'm going to spray everything heavily with water. Actually, I'm not going to just spray with water. I'm going to fill up the tank with water 1-2 centimeters above the substrate, so it will be easier to plant Cryptocoryne, especially because it has big roots. So this way I'm going to get the holes and let's spray everything. Clean the glass. Oi! Oh my god! I sprayed my camera. Let's clean the glass from inside. Some extra glass cleaning. Let's start with Cryptocoryne. Actually, I forgot one more plant. Where is that? The Vallisneria nana. I will plant the last. When I fill up the tank with water, it will be easier to plant this lone plant. For now, let's start with Cryptocoryne. So I'm going to start with Cryptocoryne wendtii. So because Cryptocoryne wendtii will grow quite big and quite thick, so it will be quite big bushes. So I'm going to divide one of these bush into two. 1, 2, and this bush. And maybe this bush, yeah, also into 2, because I can plant one big one. And this Cryptocoryne wendtii will be at the back, right behind the rock. I'm going to get big tweezers. Actually, I'm not going to use tweezers. I'm going to plant it using my hands. That will be actually easier. So the first Cryptocoryne will be somewhere here, right behind the rock. When you plant, be sure that the roots are fully covered with the substrate. Okay, that's the first bush. The second one, let's plant it somewhere here, also right behind the rock, covered with the sand. The third bush, let's plant it here. Will be seen behind the wood, and the last bush will be here. Nice. So Cryptocoryne wendtii is ready. Oh, I forgot one pot of Cryptocoryne beckettii still needs to be cleaned. I'm going to do it quick. Cryptocoryne beckettii is ready. So, because for now Cryptocoryne beckettii looks like this, it is quite tall, but it's in its immersed form. It will change and become shorter and red color. So because in the future it will be shorter, I can plant it now somewhere in the front to add some red colors for our scape, like this. One will be here, one let's plant somewhere here. In the future it will be a very nice red spots. Another one, plant it here. Some substrate is popping up, but that's okay. We will fix it later. I have some small pieces like this, and they will also grow very small. So I'm going to place them somewhere extra here. So they will be still very small in the future. This, oh, I have one more. Let's place it here. Oh, I have more Cryptocoryne wendtii. Let's place it here, right. Okay, now it's time for Cryptocoryne parva. Cryptocoryne parva I'm going to plant in big bushes like this. Cryptocoryne parva will also adapt to a new environment. Some of the leaves will melt it will become not as thick as it is now, but that's okay, it's a part of the process. Not all the plants adapt to a new environment well. Some of them melt, but then it will recover and it will be fine in the future. Let's place one here, one parva over here, another one, let's place it here, and another bush. I think that will be the last bush, probably here. Actually, that Cryptocoryne parva looks very nice with the Tenellum as mix. When the Tenellum grows up, it will mix with parva. Parva is not spreading as Tenellum. Parva will stay at its place. Alright, guys, let's continue. I need to spray the plants because they a little bit dry at the top. I'm using aircon here, so we need to keep the plants wet. Let's spray them well. Alright, what's next? Let's plant the Tenellum grass. You don't really need much Tenellum because it grows very well. It's spreading fast, so I'm going to, of course, plant it in the front. 1, 2. The mother bushes will be much bigger, and all the baby sprouts will be smaller. So in about 5 days, this Tenellum will start growing up and start spreading. By the second week, you will see already spreading around, and in 4 weeks, the full foreground will be covered by this plant. And because this is a fast-growing plant, it will help to take all of the excess nutrients, especially at the beginning, when other plants are still rooting up, they're still adapting. The Tenellum will already work on taking all of that excess nutrients from the water column. And by doing that, it will help to stabilize the aquarium. But even though you will use a big mass of plant, anyway, at the beginning, the first 4 weeks are very important. You have to change water frequently anyway to avoid the ammonia spikes, to help all the plants to adapt and to start growing in fresh water, not the toxic dirty water. We don't want the water to be toxic, unhealthy for the bacteria and for the plants. We want to keep the tank as fresh and clean as possible first 4 weeks, because that first 4 weeks are most important weeks. Because the way you start your aquarium from the first day, that's the way how your tank will feel in the future. If you do everything right and if you take care of it the first month, a good care, then the tank, your aquarium, will thank you and will grow well in the future. So I think I'm going to place one bush of fern here. Wow, it looks so nice, right? Let's place it there. I'm going to use some glue for that, so the fern stays stable. It doesn't move. Nice, beautiful. And the second fern I want to place here. I have a gap here between that extra piece of wood which I glued and the main piece, which is nice. I can place without gluing that fern there, so it looks nice behind it. Now let's place that Anubias, and it's quite big, so I'm going to, and everything will be magnified as I mentioned before. This glass will magnify everything. And yeah, I also have that gap between the main piece of wood and the one I made, so I don't even need a glue. I can just fix it there. Yeah, and it holds well. Well, now I need some glue so it will be stable. It won't pop up in the future. Just a little bit of glue to fix it like this. Wow, nice, beautiful. What's next? Next, let's place. We have Bucephalandra, Anubias, and Vallisneria nana left. So we are almost, guys, almost there. Let's place our beautiful Bucephalandra. I'm going to make the big bushes like this, a few bushes. One, let's place two big ones like this. That's all actually, and one small like that. So two big ones, and Bucephalandra will be also somewhere in the middle here. Let's also apply some glue around the wood, the rock, trying to fix it so it stays stable. So good, very nice. Where would I? Oh, that's a very nice spot over there. Here also. So it's nice to, when you use a rock and wood, it's nice when you place that rocks and wood to make that little gaps between, so you can place Bucephalandra and Anubias there. It will be very convenient to actually place it. You can apply a little bit of glue. Nice. Okay. Now I have Anubias, big bushes like this. I'm going to just divide them into small pieces. Oh, I still have Bucephalandra, I forgot. Let's divide Anubias into small bushes. It's very easy to divide. And the last Bucephalandra, yes, and it will go here. There is also a nice spot for it. Nice, beautiful. Time for Anubias. Let's place Anubias somewhere on the wood here. I don't want it to be in the front here because there is no actually place to touch it. I think I got too much Anubias, but that's fine. It's better to have more plants than less. Let's use as much as we can. I see one more spot for a big bush here. That will be a good one. Another one, let's place it here, the wood. Nice. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 bushes, small ones. I need to place them somewhere. Let's put them on the rock. But Anubias grows best on the wood. Especially it loves growing on the wood in its immersed form. Let's place one more bush here. Guys, the last small tiny bush, let's place it here. I actually used all the Anubias. Sometimes Anubias can also melt some of the leaves. But again, some of the plants are melting. That's a part of the process. It's completely fine. Just don't forget to change water often. I change water every day for first 7 days. Second week I change water every 2 days. In the third week I change water every 2 or 3 times. And starting from week 4 I only change water once a week or twice a week. And from the 5th week I can start changing only once a week. Last spray. Guys, we are actually finished! Look at this beautiful jungle! I love it! Look at this! Well, that's actually the first look of it. This aquarium, like all aquariums, will completely change, will grow and change its look. So this tank will look completely different after some time. So the only plant that we have left is Vallisneria nana, and I'm going to plant it after I fill up the tank with water. Let's do it. I'm going to also use floating plants like this, a big, large duckweed. I always use it for all my low-tech tanks, especially for filterless tanks. Duckweed is also a fast-growing plant, very beneficial for a new tank, especially. It will absorb all the excess nutrients, clean up water, and will be a great filter for the first 4 weeks of your new tank. So I'm going to also apply that plant later. Almost there, guys. Almost. Wait. Too strong. Right, guys. Let's plant the last plant. There is a Tenellum. Where was that? Where was this Tenellum? I don't remember. Was it here? No. Where was it? Here, I think. No. Or here, probably. Was it here? That piece there. Right. Let's fix a little bit. Now it's time for the last plant, Vallisneria nana. I'm going to take just... Actually, the supplier gave me this plant for free, which is nice. So let's plant it. This Vallisneria is also fast-growing plant, which is very good, beneficial. Also a hardy, low-tech plant. It doesn't need CO2 injection. Guys, this is beautiful. It's so beautiful. It turned out so nice. I am so satisfied with that scape today. I already see it's so beautiful. Can you imagine how it will look after maybe 3 months? In 3 months, it will just be super beautiful, just amazing. Yes, that's all, guys. We're finished. Vallisneria is there. Now I'm going to collect all of that pieces of plants we don't need. We need to keep our water as clean as it is possible for the next 4 weeks, especially. A very important first 4 weeks. We have to take a good care of our new tank. Right, good. Now I'm going to place some of the floating plants from my previous new tank. It grew so fast. And let's add some more floating plants. Also, I'm going to add snails. I always add snails first. I have some Nutritious snails, maybe around 20 of them. They are very small. I'm going to show you. Just need to find them all in that box. I think this is all. Look, I have Nutritious snails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of them. But they are very small. I would add some more, but that's all I have. Nutritious snails, always the first residents of my new tank. They will help to clean up first, but all the fish and shrimp will come later. Why did I needed to fix that substrate, but I already placed the snails. Now I need to remove them from here because I wanted to apply some more sand. I stupidly the snails. Now I don't want to cover them with the sand. I need to remove them from here. And now I need to fix this. You can see there is some aquarium soil popped up, so I need to cover it with some sand. Carefully. The Tenellum will grow and cover all the foreground, so actually you won't see that sand or that soil, but anyway, to make it look nice, even now, for the first time, let's just a little bit cover it, and the rest of it there. Nice. Now let's put some more pebbles to decorate, because I covered all the decorations. Wow, guys, it's so nice, so pretty. I want this aquarium to stay here. I don't want it to move to transfer to my customer. I want it to stay. Well, it will stay with me for 4 weeks. So it will be here for 1 month. So you will see as well, you will see the updates on TikTok and my Instagram, the updates of this tank. We are finished. Now I'm going to add bacteria, beneficial bacteria, bottled beneficial bacteria and tap water conditioner. And I will do it every day after every water change to establish that biological filtration and to help to stabilize the tank, bacteria and water conditioner and tap water conditioner. Mix it all up. Wow, nice. Look at this. Wow, guys, look at that. It's beautiful. I'm so satisfied with that scape. It looks so nice with that piece of wood. Very nice. So this Cryptocoryne beckettii will change, will get shorter and red color. So this, for now, all the plants look kind of imbalanced, but over time it will grow, change its size and shape, and it will look much more balanced and beautiful even than it is now. But I already so much like this look now. Imagine this Tenellum grass will spread everywhere. The tank will become very grassy, mixed with the Cryptocoryne parva, will look very nice and natural. The Vallisneria nana at the background will also spread and will look much thicker than it is now. So can't wait to see the development and maturing this tank. Looks so good. So I already added beneficial bacteria and tap water conditioner. Some floating plants as always for my all filterless tanks. And the water is still cloudy but will become clear in a few days.